सत्य साई शिवा शंभो शंकरा 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 नीलकंठ साई तेजोमय रूपा नीलकंठ साई तेजोमय रूपा नीलकंठ साई तेजोमय रूपा नीलकंठ साई तेजोमय रूपा सद्गुरु सच्चिदानंदा सद्गुरु सच्चिदानंदा सद्गुरु सच्चिदानंदा सद्गुरु सच्चिदानंदा गौरी वरहरा मृत्युंजय शिवा गौरी वरहरा मृत्युंजय शिवा गौरी वरहरा मृत्युंजय शिवा गौरी वरहरा मृत्युंजय शिवा सत्य सनातन मंगलदायका सत्य सनातन मंगलदायका सत्य सनातन मंगलदायका सत्य सनातन मंगलदायका सद्गुरु सच्चिदानंदा सद्गुरु सच्चिदानंदा सद्गुरु सच्चिदानंदा सद्गुरु सच्चिदानंदा सत्य साई शिवा शंभो शंकरा सत्य साई शिवा शंभो शंकरा नीलकंठ साई तेजोमय रूपा नीलकंठ साई तेजोमय रूपा सद्गुरु सच्चिदानंदा सद्गुरु सच्चिदानंदा गौरी वरहरा मृत्युंजय शिवा गौरी वरहरा मृत्युंजय शिवा सत्य सनातन मंगलदायका सत्य सनातन मंगलदायका सद्गुरु सच्चिदानंदा सद्गुरु सच्चिदानंदा सद्गुरु सच्चिदानंदा सद्गुरु सच्चिदानंदा सत्य साई शिवा शंभो शंकरा कोई बोले हरि हरि, कोई बोले राम राम, 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 कोई बोले दुर्गा काली, कोई बोले साई माँ, 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 कोई बोले हरि हरि, कोई बोले राम राम, कोई बोले हरि हरि, कोई बोले राम राम, कोई बोले नारायण अल्लाह बिस्मिल्लाह, 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 कोई बोले नानक बुद्ध महावीरा, 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 साधु संत की राजानी, सब है तेरो नाम, 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 बोल मन अल्लाह मालिक, बोल मन साई राम, बोल मन अल्लाह मालिक, बोल मन साई राम, बोल बोल मन अल्लाह मालिक, बोल मन साई राम, बोल बोल मन अल्लाह मालिक, बोल मन साई राम, कोई बोले हरि हरि, कोई बोले राम राम.
Invoking the blessings of the Almighty, elders and distinguished guests, participants from around the world, brothers and sisters, namaste and a very good evening. Welcome to day 56 of the One World, One Family Global Cultural Festival here at Sathya Grama. We take this opportunity to welcome our esteemed guest this evening, Dr. Anand Ranganathan, notable scientist, acclaimed author, and prominent media commentator. Hearty welcome to you, sir. As part of this global festival, we recognize and celebrate individuals, communities, and organizations that are making a lasting impact on society. We honor change makers who embody excellence and have left indelible marks across diverse fields, be it public service, corporate governance, technological innovation, philanthropy, or humanitarian service. And this evening, we are honored to present the One World, One Family Global Leadership Award to Dr. Anand Ranganathan. He is a multifaceted personality renowned for his contributions as a distinguished scientist, author, and television personality. Dr. Ranganathan is a professor of molecular medicine at Jawaharlal Nehru University and a former staff scientist at the International Center for Genetic Engineering and Biotechnology, Delhi. As a scientist, Dr. Anand has made significant contributions to his field, conducting groundbreaking research and publishing numerous scholarly articles. With a PhD in natural sciences from the University of Cambridge, he brings over 2 decades of groundbreaking research experience in directed evolution and infectious diseases such as tuberculosis and malaria. Besides academia, Dr. Anand is an accomplished author of 5 books and is also the consulting editor of Swarajya. He is a familiar voice on television debates, public forums, and social media, widely recognized for his articulate, fact-driven, and fearless perspectives on politics, governance, freedom of expression, and social issues. Dr. Ranganathan has carved a niche as one of India's most distinctive public intellectual and forthright commentators. May we now request Dr. Anand Ranganathan to kindly receive the award from Sadguru. We request Dr. Anand for his acceptance speech, please.
Dear Sadhguruji and all amazing people in the audience, in this hall, dear friends, it is not just my pleasure to be here and accept the award. It is not just an honor. Since the morning, I am absolutely certain that it has gone beyond an honor. I don't have words to describe what I'm feeling right now, but I'll try to, because one of the epithets that was given to me was that I am a scientist as well as an author. So if I am not able to describe what I'm feeling right now, I'm not much of an author, am I? But 3 things come to my mind immediately. One, that it is an honor just to be here, leave alone receive this amazing, prestigious award. I feel very humbled and embarrassed. I feel I'm not worth this honor. But more than that, I need to say this, and if at all I, with my words, inadvertently rub people the wrong way or offend someone or embarrass people, especially Sadhguruji, I apologize wholeheartedly. Please ignore them. If you feel in any way that I have said something wrong, it would be totally inadvertent. But the fact of the matter is that this is perhaps, and I say this with all honesty, the saddest day of my life. It is. Coming here, visiting this Sai Gram, interacting with people, visiting all the amazing places within this campus, and I have never felt sadder. And as a scientist, I have never felt more frustrated, and I have, as a human being, as an Indian, I have never felt more angry. Because if perfection can be achieved in this small place, why can't India be like this? This is the only thought that is going across my mind since morning. To someone, and there are lovely people from abroad who visited, they would be feeling so happy being here. I'm feeling traumatized because I'm an Indian. And on top of that, the scientist is taught by training that if you can produce results, if you can conduct an experiment and it comes out to be a successful experiment, by definition, science tells you that that experiment has to be and can be replicated anywhere, in any lab, in any country around the world on any scale. So it makes me not just sad, it makes me frustrated and angry as to why this cannot be replicated away from this campus in the rest of this country. Everything is working in this campus like clockwork. People are so kind, amiable, so affectionate, so professional. I visited the hospital. For the first time in my life, I saw there was no bill desk. There was no billing. I saw the pharmacy. Everything was free for people who are affected. The doctors were so kind and affectionate. They spend hours of their lives treating people without any benefits to themselves. This is what the model is. And I was lucky enough to be given private audience with Sadhguruji, and I tried to express my bitterness and sadness. But of course it didn't work because his aura and energy was permeated around the room. So I was very calm. But the moment I left his room, I became angry and sad again. Because Sadhguruji said he has a plan. And that plan is to increase the capacity, for want of better word, the approach that is used in this campus, spread it wider and wider and wider every year. I am very frustrated because why every year? Why not this moment is exactly what I feel. This is what India should be. This is what India is not. And this is what troubles me immensely. So pardon me if I say that I would think 10 times before coming here again. You know, it's just one of those things. It is just amazing. I fail in my whatever oeuvre to describe what I'm feeling right now. So like in the film Godfather, he said, I give you a choice you cannot refuse. I give Sadhguru a choice that he cannot refuse. Either he closes this or becomes the Prime Minister. Because it cannot go on like this. This is what this country has. It is capable of. And it's not that it's capable of having taken decades to achieve this. I am just now coming from the Annapurna scheme that is of the Sai Ashram. They are literally giving nutrition to millions of Indian children at a cost which is a fraction of the cost that the state gives allocation for. And the state knows that 90% of it goes in corruption. And out here, at a fraction of that cost, I think 70 crores, they are able to feed 10 million children every single day. Honestly, when I go back to my quote-unquote miserable urban existence in Delhi, and people ask me, how was your trip? I don't know what I will say. Will I say the same words that I'm truthfully telling you, or will I say, oh, it was one of the most memorable experiences of my life? A lot of people who've come from outside the Nordic countries, they would feel elated when they go back and say the experience. As I said, it is a sad day. But notwithstanding that, I feel that it is our duty now, the duty of every Indian, every single Indian out here, if they're visiting this place, to go back to where they are from and tell them that this can be India. This is what makes me proud, that we have achieved this. Why we cannot replicate this is something that is inexplicable to me right now. But hopefully we would be able to. And it's not just the hospital, not just the school, not just the cricket field or the playground, not just the Annapurna nutrition packages. It's the aesthetics of it. And this is something that strikes you. You move out into the city, just a few kilometers down. The aesthetics, that was the hallmark of Indian Sanathana civilization, Satyam Shivam Sundaram. That's gone. Everything is crumbling. Everything is poorly made. There is no aesthetic sense to anything that we do. It's concrete or glass, or it is... You have to look down 10 times, otherwise you will step into a manhole. And you look around this place. It inspires you. People had forgotten, away from this campus, that aesthetics is essential to the Indian Sanatan way of life. And today I'm reminded of it. And again, tears might start to flow when I think of I'm going back to my matchbox-like existence of Delhi, where it's just plain concrete stacked like matchboxes. There are things that this country gave us over millennia, and we forgot them. And in a way, this is a museum. Sadhguruji, what you've made here is a museum. And visiting a museum puts the mind in a dilemma. You love it, you enjoy it, but then you feel sad because that place, those things are in a museum. It's like stuffed birds, taxidermy. They can't fly anymore. And what I would love is for 1,000 campuses like this sprouting all over India. This is what Indians can. And this is what Indians must achieve. But who is to tell the powers that be? Of course, they come and visit this place. I'm sure they come and they've inaugurated various hospital centers, schools, they've cut ribbons. How can they go back without being affected by it? How can they go back and then continue with how they're running the state without imbibing the values that are in this place? It befuddles me. I reject them today. I reject our politicians. I'm sorry, I'm sounding very harsh. I don't know if there are many ministers out here. As I said, I apologize. A few were supposed to come. I hope they're late, as usual. But I reject them. Because if you are not inspired after visiting this place, and I've been here for 5 hours, imagine there are people who stay here for days. What would their mindset be when they go back? It is beyond awe-inspiring. And I will just say this because as a man of science, or lucky enough to be doing science, I was lucky enough to interact with the doctors out there. And many people were saying that, sir, you inspire us and you say things that touch us. I didn't know what to say. I was lost for words, because how to make them realize that they are the heroes, not me. They are the ones who inspire us. I feel so little today. I feel so insignificant today. I don't know how. I would have to read or watch a few discourses of Sadhguruji to overcome this. I hope Sadhguruji has elaborated on how to overcome this. But one thing that struck me is how effortlessly, without thinking, they are saving lives. There are people walking today on this planet, in this campus, around this place, in this state, in India, abroad. Thousands of them, tens of thousands of them, who are alive only because of the doctors who worked in this place. They saved lives. And for 25 years, I've been doing science. I've run a lab for 22 years. I've had more than 24 students who've done PhD under me. I've never saved a life. I feel very little today. And this is the same thing that came to me when 5 years ago, as fate intervened and I nearly died. and a doctor saved me. And this was a heart issue. And later on, I asked the doctor. I went back after you saved me. I had said my goodbyes to my wife. There was 10% chance of my survival. And I survived. The doctor saved me. And I went back to my existence, to my home, and I looked at the bookshelf, and I looked at the same routine, and I said, for 40 years, all this wealth, knowledge, everything that I accumulated was gone. I had said my goodbyes. Why doesn't the doctor ask anything of me? And I told this, I went back to the doctor. He was a Kashmiri Pandit, Kashmiri Hindu, and I said, Doc, you can ask anything of me, my house, my wealth, because none of it would make sense because I would have been dead, but for you. And he said, why would I do that? This is what I'm made to do. This is what my life is, to save life. And from that day, I thought that all what I have done, my research, is on one side. And from now on, we will carry out research. So at least we would be able to say, through that research, we would be able to save at least one life. And so I made a beginning with my wonderful collaborator, amazing woman scientist. We entered into this realm that we didn't know anything about. And from now on, all our energies are geared towards making a vaccine against malaria. I don't know whether we would succeed or not, but that is what our focus is. Why am I telling you this story? I'm telling you this story because you can read 1,000 books, you can watch 1,000,000 movies, you can meet hundreds of people, but it's always one or two instances that change the way of your life, always. And that interaction with that doctor changed the way I looked at my life. And I just hope the wonderful politicians, I've been very unkind to them, so let me use this word, they're wonderful. I do it with a wink. Those wonderful politicians, whenever they visit this place and they go back to run this country, they do it with the perception that their lives are changed. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Anand. We are truly happy to have you here with us today. Thank you for accepting this award and for sharing your very kind, insightful, and thought-provoking words with all of us. This evening, we are delighted to present the CSR Circle of Honor to two of our corporate partners for their support in the vertical of education. First, we have SciCraft. Based in Bangalore, SciCraft is revolutionizing science education through innovative, experimental, and inquiry-based learning solutions. Its flagship program, Experimenter, is redefining how science is taught by introducing a pioneering lab-in-classroom model where every classroom transforms into a laboratory and every student becomes an active explorer of scientific principles. By seamlessly integrating hands-on tools, digital learning content, AI-enabled feedback, and teacher empowerment, Experimenter enables schools to implement experiential learning at scale in perfect alignment with the National Education Policy 2020. Through its initiatives, SciCraft has extended its impactful support to Sri Sathya Sai Lok Seva Gurukulam group of institutions by introducing Experimenter in the classrooms from grades 6 to 8, beginning with a successful pilot implementation at the Karwar and Chikbalapur campuses, fostering a new generation of curious, confident, and creative learners. Representing SciCraft this evening, we have Mr. Praveen Subramaniam, the CEO, and may we invite him on stage to receive the honor, please. With over 25 years of experience in software and education, he has successfully led large-scale programs across diverse sectors, driving innovation, operational excellence, and strategic growth. A strong advocate for the power of education, Mr. Praveen blends technology with impactful learning solutions, making hands-on experimental education more accessible, engaging, and effective for students and teachers alike. We request Mr. Praveen to share a few words, please.
Respectful pranams to Sadguru and pranams to all the elders, teachers, and dear children present here. On behalf of SciCraft, I am deeply honored by this recognition. Working with the Sathya Sai Lokaseva Gurukulam schools and to see the children engage with science through curiosity, exploration, and joy is very fulfilling. Our vision at SciCraft is to make every classroom a lab and every child a young explorer. As one of the philosophers famously said, the true aim of education is to form the mind and not just inform. So in this journey, we remain committed to walking alongside with this beautiful mission of the Gurukulam schools, enabling teachers and students to continue their journey of discovery and nurture the next generation scientists and researchers for our country. To further this effort, we are also planning to conduct a series of workshops on inquiry-based learning approaches for teachers in the coming months here to strengthen the spirit of experiential education. I would also like to express in this regard my heartfelt thanks to Sri Anand Bhatt and the BNB Foundation for their generous support in making this initiative possible. So with deep gratitude, I thank Sadguru Ji and the entire Each One Educate One family for this opportunity to part of a very transformative education journey. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Praveen. Our second partner is BNB Security and Automation Solutions. Founded in 2011, it stands as a leader in intelligent systems integration, transforming infrastructure through advanced solutions in building automation, security, life safety, and energy management. Recognized among the highest CRISIL-rated companies, BNB operates across India and Singapore, powered by an ISO 9001 certification, a highly skilled team of over 400 professionals, and a turnover exceeding 180 crores. With a steadfast commitment to innovation and sustainability, BNB continues to deliver intelligent, future-ready infrastructure solutions. Through its CSR initiatives, BNB Security and Automation Solutions has extended valuable support for the implementation of the SciCraft Experiential Learning Program at Sri Sathya Sai Sattvaniketanam, Karwar, and the Prashanti Bal Mandira campuses, empowering young minds through hands-on science education. BNB has also extended its support towards the morning nutrition program for government school-going children in Karnataka. We now welcome on stage Mr. Anand Venkatramana Bhatt, the Managing Director and CEO of BNB Security and Automation Solutions Private Limited, to please kindly come on stage and receive the honor. He has led the company into becoming a trusted provider of turnkey solutions in security, automation, and safety systems. His leadership extends beyond BNB with active roles in other ventures where he contributes to corporate strategy, risk management, and sustainable business development. We invite Mr. Bhatt to share a few words with us, please.
Pranam to Guruji. Namaskar and pranam to everyone. It's really overwhelming. This is the second time I'm coming on this stage, Guruji. I think some punya I had made in my previous janma. Because giving back to this society is everyone's responsibility. As child, we always receive the support from the society, and we don't know who is helping us that moment in time. Someone in a remote place may be paying thousands of crores as tax so that we are all supported. Through Sai Ishwar, Annapurna, as well as education, the way the things are being done here is highly motivational. And our SciCraft, through a different kind of products, it's physical and experiential learning. And I thought every student in India should experience that. But as you all know, as a person or as an organization for us, we will have limited resources. But my request to every individual who can afford should think of more, not E1, E1. It should be E1 and E2 many. That is, each one educates too many. And if we can do that, I think we can see India as a forwarded country, a developed country, and with so much of research capability within India. Why not? So again, thank you everyone. Thank you, Guruji, for giving me and giving our organization this opportunity, and will continue to support throughout our life. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Bhatt. Moving on to the cultural segment of the proceedings, we are delighted to share that over the last 55 days, we have had the privilege of honoring 50 nations across Asia, Europe, Africa, South America, and the Oceania. We have welcomed our fellow brothers and sisters from these nations, learnt about their land and culture, their music and art forms, of challenges and means to overcome them. Through this endeavor, we have collectively understood more clearly than ever that despite borders and stark differences that may seemingly divide us, we as humanity have more in common than we know of, and that we are all truly part of one global family, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Today, we are delighted to celebrate the kingdoms of Sweden and Norway, two magnificent Nordic nations located in the Scandinavian peninsula of Northern Europe. Both countries boast of picturesque landscapes, stunning natural beauty, high quality of life, and progressive societies. They are celebrated today for strong democratic traditions, advanced welfare systems, legacy of the Nobel Prize, and commitment to equality and innovation, consistently ranking among the top countries in global human development, education, and environmental sustainability. Sweden is a nation where timeless tradition harmoniously meets modern innovation. It is a country that has gifted the world with excellence in design, technology, and thought, from IKEA's simplicity to Volvo's reliability and Spotify's creativity, all of which are today synonymous with global lifestyles. Ranked among the happiest nations in the world, Norway stands tall as a symbol of equality, prosperity, peace, blending heritage with innovation and leading in renewable energy and sustainable living. And today, the One World, One Family Global Humanitarian Award is presented to Mr. Jon Håkon Schulz from Norway. This honor is in recognition of his outstanding contribution in the fields of education, mental health, and humanitarian service. Professor Jon Håkon Schulz is an eminent educational psychologist from the Arctic University of Norway, whose pioneering work has transformed trauma-informed education for children affected by war, displacement, and crisis. Professor Schulz is the visionary behind the globally acclaimed Better Learning Program, developed with the Norwegian Refugee Council, a school-based initiative that empowers teachers to help students overcome trauma through simple, evidence-based techniques. Implemented in conflict zones such as Gaza, Lebanon, and Jordan, this program has brought measurable healing and hope to thousands of displaced children. His impactful work has been internationally recognized through the documentary Reclaiming the Night and the WHO-honored film Stressed, A Pandemic of Fear, both shedding light on the mental health challenges of refugee children. Unfortunately, Professor Schulz could not be here with us today, but he has graciously sent a video message of acceptance. The video, please.
I am truly honored of receiving this humanitarian award. The backdrop of this is that war affects children. UNICEF say that 1 out of 6 children are living in areas that are war affected or conflict affected. The serious part here is that children are affected and the long-term consequences of war. It can last their entire life, ruining their life quality and their way of living. We are trying to deal with some of this in the Better Learning Program, BLP, where we empower teachers to help children that are conflict affected to reduce the traumatic stress and to build hope. The Arctic University of Norway is doing this together with NRC, Norwegian Refugee Council, that are getting the Better Learning Program out in 35 countries that are affected by conflict. We, as a humanitarian society, are doing a lot, but we need to do more. And in order to do that, we need to come together. And I think the example of what we see here from One World, One Family is setting an example on how to reach out and how to bring the community together and how to work together. Because what we're dealing with is global challenges and we need global initiatives. And I think that is the reason why we are here. Again, this prize is truly inspiring me to work further and to work with some of you. Thank you very much.
On behalf of Professor Schultz, may we invite on stage Mr. Osmund Arnesen Farstad, who will receive the award from Sadguru. We will now have two representatives from these nations, and they will share with us more details and insights on the geography, philosophy, and lifestyles. First, we have Dr. Vicky Urvilakis, who will present on Sweden. Originally from Greece, Dr. Vicky is a pediatric cardiologist residing in Sweden since 2012. Deeply inspired by the teachings of Bhagwan Baba since her childhood, she has devoted her life to translate her values into serving children. She is the founder of Gift of Life, a non-profit organization in Sweden that supports the Sai Sanjeevani hospitals around the world. Dr. Vicky, please.
Good evening, everyone. With love and gratitude to Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai for bringing us together in the celebration of one world, one family. Today, I am happy to share about the peaceful and beautiful country of Sweden, a land of forests, islands, and innovations. Sweden is located in Northern Europe, nestled between Norway and Finland. It is a country of stunning landscapes. Sweden has more than 260,000 islands, the most in the world, and about 1,000 of them are inhabited. The climate ranges from subarctic in the far north, with long, cold winters and no sunlight during the day, to a milder climate in the south, where summer days can have 18 hours of sunlight. Sweden's population is about 10.5 million people, and the currency is the Swedish krona. 1 Swedish krona is equivalent to 9 Indian rupees. The capital city is Stockholm, and the official language is Swedish. Let's take a journey through Sweden's breathtaking nature. The High Coast, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, has dramatic cliffs and deep forests. It's perfect for hiking and enjoying peaceful views. The King's Trail is Sweden's most famous long-distance hiking trail, traversing the northern mountain range through picturesque landscapes and wilderness. Further north lies Sarek National Park, part of the Arctic World Heritage Area called the Laponia. It's wild and untouched, full of glaciers, mountains, and deep valleys. On the island of Gotland, the sea has shaped the rocks into tall limestone towers called the Raukar. Stockholm's archipelagos is a sprawling collection of islands off the coast of Stockholm, characterized by red cottages and a maritime feel. And in Swedish Lapland, you can see magical landscapes of snow, forests, and reindeer, and if you're lucky, the northern lights. Sweden's people value kindness, equality, and community welfare. Their traditions were shaped by Lutheran Christianity, while the Sami people, the indigenous inhabitants of the north, follow a nature-centered worldview. Swedes live by the idea of lagom, which means balance. Not too little, not too much, just right. They also love fika, a daily pause to share coffee, sweets, and conversation, a reminder to slow down and connect. Swedish food is simple, healthy, and close to nature. Meals include grains, vegetables, berries, and moderate amounts of dairy. Sweden has some delicious traditional sweets like the kanelbulle, which is a cinnamon bun, and semla, a soft bun filled with cream and almond paste. During festivals, Swedes wear beautiful folk costumes that reflect the region's heritage. Women wear bright dresses with embroidery and silver jewelry, while men wear traditional shirts and trousers with matching vests. Sweden has a rich culture in art, music, and storytelling. Midsommar, or midsummer, is Sweden's most cherished tradition, celebrating light, nature, and community at the height of summer. People gather and dance around a maypole, sing folk songs, and enjoy traditional foods. From ancient Viking carvings to world-famous modern music, Sweden's art connects past and present. You may know Swedish music groups like ABBA, Roxette, Europe, and Ace of Base, all from Sweden. Alfred Nobel was a Swedish inventor and businessman who held more than 350 patents. He created dynamite and later founded Nobel Prizes to honor excellence in science, literature, and peace. While Astrid Lindgren, the beloved author of Pippi Longstocking, inspired children everywhere with stories of imagination, courage, and kindness. She was also a strong advocate for children's rights, and thanks to her, Sweden became the first country in the world to ban physical punishment of children. Sweden has one of the best education and healthcare systems in the world, supported by taxes so everyone can access them. But new challenges are growing, like mental health issues, especially among young people, and loneliness among elderly. Even in such a caring society, there's always more to do to make sure no one feels behind. Sweden is working hard to strengthen mental health care, reach remote northern communities, and create more social spaces for the elderly. There are also efforts to support immigrants, improve job opportunities, and reduce inequality. These steps help keep Sweden's promise of fairness, inclusion, and compassion for all. In Sweden, love and service come alive through many hands. The government provides free education and healthcare, while volunteers and NGOs care for the environment, elders, and refugees. Sami communities preserve their traditions and teach respect for nature and ancestral wisdom. This spirit of service reflects Sweden's deep belief in humanity and cooperation. Volunteers in Stockholm regularly distribute food and clothes to those in need. In Gothenburg, volunteers support unaccompanied refugee children. One such boy, whom we met in 2014, is now a happy young man, working, married, and recently a proud father. Gift of Life is a Swedish nonprofit organization founded in 2019, whose aim is to inspire a spirit of service in adults and children alike. It also supports the Sri Sathya Sai Sanjeevani hospitals by funding heart surgeries for children and has sent doctors to India, Fiji, and the Pacific Islands, offering free treatment to children in need. Our Swedish translation team has completed the Human Values books and is now illustrating them, spreading love and goodness in the local language. With love, for love, and out of love. Let us transform ourselves by doing so, transforming our nations and our world. May there be peace, may there be love. May we all realize that we are truly one world, one family.
Thank you, Dr. Vicky. We extend a warm welcome to our esteemed guests who are representing the government of Telangana this evening. Dr. Duddila Sridhar Babu, Honorable Minister for Information Technology, Electronics and Communication, Industry and Commerce and Legislative Affairs. We also have Shri Adluri Lakshman Kumar, Honorable Minister for Scheduled Caste Development, Tribal and Minorities Welfare and Empowerment of Persons with Disabilities, Senior Citizens and Transgender Persons. For the next presentation on Norway, we have Ms. Lotte Moritzen Prestes. On completing her high school in 2024, she served a year in the military. She currently works at a nursing home and is part of the content team that curates value education books for children in Norway. Ms. Lotte.
God kveld. Good evening, everyone. With heartfelt gratitude to Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai, who has brought us all together in this celebration of one world, one family. Today, we are delighted to share about a land of shining snow, peaceful fjords, and dancing northern lights, the beautiful kingdom of Norway. Norway is found in Northern Europe in a region called Scandinavia. It shares borders with Sweden, Finland, and Russia, and faces the North Atlantic Ocean. It is a place surrounded by forests and the sea. Norway has around 5.6 million people. The southern parts enjoy mild weather, while the far north has long, icy winters. In summer, the sun shines almost all day. We call this the midnight sun. In winter, the nights can be long and dark, yet magical, lit by the glowing aurora borealis, also known as northern lights. Its capital city is Oslo. The Norwegian money is called the krone. 1 krone is equal to 8.78 rupees. People speak Norwegian, and in some northern regions, the Sami language too. We also use New Norwegian for writing purposes. Norway is famous for its fjords, long deep sea inlets surrounded by steep cliffs. The Geirangerfjord, as you can see on the photo, is one of the most stunning of all, with waterfalls tumbling down green mountains. The Preikestolen Cliff, also known as the Pulpit Rock, rises 600 meters above the sea. The Pulpit Rock is one of the most popular tourist sites in Norway, as it's only a 2-hour walk. The Lofoten Islands are a dramatic Arctic archipelago in northern Norway. Here you can see a picture of the Opera House in Oslo, made by the known Norwegian architects Snøhetta. Bergen is the second largest city in Norway, founded in 1710. The North Cape is a cape on the northern coast of the island of Magerøya in northern Norway. From its forests to its glaciers, Norway is truly a land where nature feels alive. The people of Norway believe in equality, honesty, and care for the earth. Our way of life includes something special called friluftsliv, which means open-air living, such as hiking, skiing, and etc. It teaches people to spend time outdoors, breathe fresh air, and feel peace in nature. Norwegians find strength in community, trust, and living simply and kindly. Norwegian food is fresh, simple, and close to nature. People enjoy grains and root vegetables such as potatoes and carrots. We also love berries such as blueberries and cloudberries. In colder regions, food is often smoked or cured, so it lasts through the winter. Meals are enjoyed together with family and friends, always with gratitude for nature's gifts. Norwegians wear beautiful traditional clothes called bunad, which I'm wearing tonight. during festivals and national celebrations. Each region has its own design, color, and embroidery. Women wear wool skirts and silver jewelry, while men wear wool trousers and shirts. The Sami people wear colorful clothing with patterns that tell stories about family and place. Norway's long winters and bright summers inspire its art and music. Traditional music includes the Hardanger fiddle and folk dances full of energy. The Sami people sing joik, a special chant that expresses feelings and memories. Festivals like Constitution Day and Riddu Riddu celebrate both heritage and harmony. Norway is home to many inspiring people. Magnus Carlsen, the world chess champion, is known for his deep focus and calm mind. Cecilie Skog is a brave explorer who climbed Mount Everest and skied both the North and South Poles. They show us that with courage and discipline, the human spirit can reach any height. Norway is a country that deeply cares for its people. Education and healthcare are free and of high quality. However, young people today face more stress and mental health challenges, and some elderly people need better care. Norway continues to improve life for all, children, youth, and the elderly. Efforts focus on mental health, education for immigrants, and healthcare in remote regions. At the same time, Norwegians protect their forests, seas, and wildlife, balancing growth with care for the planet. The spirit of equality and inclusion guides every step. Across Norway, volunteers and NGOs put love into action. They help refugees learn Norwegian and support youth through mentoring. Many join hands in environmental cleanups, protecting fjords and forests. Their kindness reflects the heart of Norway, quiet, strong, and full of care for all. From its fjords and mountains to its shining northern skies, Norway reminds us to live in harmony with nature and to treat everyone with dignity and kindness. Let us too walk together as one world, one family, caring for each other and for our beautiful planet. Takk, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Lotte. This evening, we also have Mrs. Bodil Moritzen share with us her story of transformation. With a master's degree in petroleum economics, she's a certified Iyengar yoga teacher as well as an Ayurveda consultant. She organizes the Value Education Project in Norway and has been running her own yoga school in Stavanger since 2004. Alongside teaching, she also serves as a team lead at an international technology company, Segal AS, headquartered in Stavanger. Mrs. Bodil Moritzen, please.
Dear brothers and sisters, respected elders, and beloved Sadguru. Norway is a social democracy. I grew up in a traditional home with Christian values. That means that we might not have much money in the bank, but we have free education and healthcare. And truly, we don't need much more than that. I was deeply touched there, Sadguru, when you spoke about how few rights some of the girls in India have. It made me reflect again how fortunate I am. My spiritual journey began in childhood. I often found myself asking the big questions. Why are we here? What is the purpose of life? And later, when I got a bit older, how did it happen that I was born in one of the world's most democratic countries, enjoying so many privileges I can't even count them all? While my upbringing gave me good values, the answers I received felt limited. I longed for something more. So from an early age, I was drawn to the Norwegian philosopher Arne Næss, who was deeply inspired by Mahatma Gandhi. Like him and like so many other Norwegians, nature plays a vital role in my life. I spent much of my life outdoors, hiking, skiing, and staying in a small mountain cabin, a cabin that's far from the roads, without water, electricity, or not even mobile signals. In nature, I feel the power of the elements in every season, in every kind of weather. To me, to be in nature is to be with God. As Arne Næss said, when you climb above the tree line, suddenly there is freedom. I am a lot above the tree line. In those moments, I feel part of something much greater than myself. In 1998, I began practicing yoga at a school in Denmark. Since then, I have studied yoga texts and exploring many teachings. A major turning point came in 2006 when I met my yoga teacher, Glenn Chersoli. He is here today. His practical application of the Vedas through asanas and pranayama touched my heart deeply. From that moment, I never looked back. Glenn's guidance and deep compassion for every student and every person he encounters continues to inspire me. He taught me to keep walking, no matter the challenge. Do your best, continue, walk on. These words have become my compass in life, and my practice is my toolbox. Another profound shift came in 2020 when you, dear Sadguru, began sharing your teaching on YouTube. Glenn had already spoken warmly about you and about Sri Sathya Sai Baba, so my curiosity was sparked. I began listening to your talks, some of them many times, and I found in your words a depth and clarity I had long been searching for. As you so wisely remind us, be mindful of what you take in. Your teachings have brought me greater maturity, humility, and focus. For me, the spiritual journey means doing my best every day, guided by your wisdom, by Glenn's guidance, my family, including our dog, and by the Norwegian nature. Every day reminds me that I am a part of something much greater than myself. Last year, I was invited to coordinate the translation of the Value Education Program into Norwegian. I could not say no to that. This work has the potential to touch the lives of children and youth across my country. Our team includes passionate teachers from different generations, all dedicated to planting seeds of spiritual understanding from an early age. Now, Norway is often ranked among the world's wealthiest and happiest nations. But beneath that surface, we see rising levels of anxiety, depression, and lifestyle-related illnesses. Once again, it becomes clear wealth is not the same as health. As you have beautifully explained, many people mistake a rope for a snake. I believe that in Norway too, we have many such ropes. Harmless things that are misunderstood, feared, or misused. And one story I often share is about the man who was promised as much land as he could walk around in one day. Driven by greed, he walked until he collapsed and died. And the king said, "I have never lost." This story speaks deeply to me and to my country, where material needs are mostly met, but the moral compass can be lost. Only some generation ago, Norway was a very poor country, and that's easy to forget. I long to share this wisdom more widely. It's not always easy to speak about spirituality in a Western context, but I'm learning and I will not give up. I hope to gain new insights while I'm here in October among so many great souls. I often tell my yoga students, we practice asana and pranayama not for indulgence, but to stay healthy so that we can serve others. Serve where you are, in your family, your workplace, your community, your circle of friends. That's the true purpose of practice. After more than 25 years of teaching yoga, I have seen hundreds of people transform, creating ripple effects that go far beyond what we can see or measure. Let us hope that more people in the West come to know the ancient wisdom you share so generously, Sadguru. It's timeless and perfectly relevant to our modern world. As for me, I'm curious to see where my path will lead next. I've now been at ashram for almost a week, my very first time here. It has been fabulous. The lecture on the Gita has been amazing to experience live, a good alternative to my usual YouTube meetup. There have been world-class speakers, fantastic performances. It is fantastic to teach the girls yoga in the morning. Lots of smiles. The food has been incredible. I think I've been eaten at almost all the canteens, and we loved every one of them. I'm actually a bit worried that I will have to travel home wearing a sari, since my clothing might not fit anymore. So the sari is such a wonderful thing. So thank you so much for having me here. Let me close with a quote from the Norwegian philosopher Arne Næss, who was so deeply connected to nature and to Mahatma Gandhi. Everything is connected to everything. As one world, one family. Thank you so much, and as we say in Norway, takk.
Thank you, Mrs. Morrison, for sharing your heartfelt experience with all of us. We now invite our distinguished guest to address us. First, Dr. Duddila Sridhar Babu. Earlier, he served as Minister for Civil Supplies, Legislative Affairs, Higher Education and NRI Affairs. He's a 5-time elected MLA representing the Manthani constituency in Telangana. Dr. Duddila Sridhar Babuji, please.
Very good evening to all. Andarki namaskaram, namaskara. With the deep salutations to respected Sadguru, Sri Madhusudan Sai Garu, all the revered dignitaries on the dais, along with my colleague, Honorable Minister for Welfare from Government of Telangana, Sri Adluri Lakshman Kumar Garu, and all the esteemed guests who have come from all over the world, from across the world, and all the brothers and sisters, and all the people who have come to find a path for the salvation. Sai Ram. In fact, it's a great privilege for me and a moment of joy for me to be amidst of this gathering, which reflects the peace, the harmony, and also the spiritual unity. Here at the World Cultural Festival 2025, being held at this secret abode of Sathya Sai, Grama, Muddenahalli. I am here for the second time with the blessings of Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai Maharaj. And I had a great interaction few months back, trying to know about what exactly this holy abode of Sathya Sai Grama of Muddenahalli, under the guidance and the spiritual leadership of Sadguruji. What are the steps which have been taken by this family to promote peace, to promote harmony, and also to promote the spiritual unity, not only in Karnataka, not only in parts of our Telangana, not only in India, but he believed world is one, and he took the steps to take the furtherance of Sathya Sai preachings, and under his spiritual leadership, we also believed in it when a call has come from this abroad to come and visit and take part in this World Cultural Festival 2025. It's a great privilege for me. I was just hearing to the sisters from Norway who have come from the long world to have the spirit of this spiritual abode and try to learn the values which will be preached by respected Sadguru. At a time, I would like to say, when the world we are seeing that is becoming increasingly fragmented by divisions of ideology, fragmented by religions, and fragmented by the vested interests. This festival during this time stands as a shining reminder for eternal values that bind humanity. We see sisters and brothers from different parts of India. We see here the sisters and brothers from different parts of the world. Binding of this humanity with values of love, service, and compassion. Last but not the least, unity in diversity. This great celebrations together brings over 100 nations, each offering their unique heritage, culture, and spiritual wisdom. And this combination making into one grand symphony of peace and brotherhood. It is, in this sense, a global confluence of the hearts, inspired by the message of Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, whose centenary today we are joyfully celebrating to commemorate this year. Dear brothers and sisters, I must take this opportunity to express my deep admiration and gratitude to Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai, whose tireless efforts have carried forward the divine mission of Bhagwan Baba in the most practical and in impactful ways. His vision of education, his vision of healthcare, his vision for a nutrition, all free for all. Nobody should be bereft of anything. That message he conveyed, the service the rendering, and forever, all free for all, forever is transforming lives across India and beyond. I would like to mention, as a proud representative for the state of Telangana, I wish to particularly acknowledge the immense contribution of Sadguruji in our state. In terms of the nutrition, where my esteemed colleague would also try to present, where the students to have the best nutritious food, Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai has also been contributing to many students, to all the welfare hostels of the Telangana. And with the establishment of Sri Sathya Sai Prashanti Niketan Women's College and Sri Sathya Sai Sanjeevani Pediatric Cardiac Hospitals at Kondapaka in Siddipeta district of our Telangana, Sadguru has given the daughters and the children of Telangana the most precious gifts, the gift of education. that is empowering our children and also uplifting themselves to the newer world. And in terms of the healthcare, through the passion and healing with love, these are the main contribution what we are deriving out of the spiritual service of this award and respected Sadguru. And I will also mention the Women's College has become a beacon of value of higher education, nurturing hundreds of young women not only with academic excellence but also with moral strength and self-confidence. The Pediatric Cardiac Hospital stands as a temple of healing where thousands of small children, irrespective of background, receiving life-saving surgeries completely free of cost. These noble initiatives reflect the true essence of what we call Manava Seva is Madhava Seva. I mean to say, the service to humanity is service to God. In the world defined by technology and material advancement, Sadguru is showing us the true progress only lies in compassion, in inclusion, and in creating opportunities for every child, every woman, and every family to live with dignity and hope. You know, as a Minister for Information Technology, I see this mission conveys a deep message for our times. You know, technology not only should earn money, should make advances in terms of the material progress, but the technology must ultimately serve the humanity. The innovation, what we do, must be rooted in empathy. And that every step forward must bring light into someone else's life. Here I would like to draw inspiration from this great festival and from the divine mission unfolding here. To work together for the world, that not being smarter, but one should be kinder, not only advanced, but make world awakened. You know, I've come here on behalf of government of Telangana, on behalf of our people of Telangana. You know, I offer our heartfelt appreciation, gratitude and salutations to Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai and the entire One World, One Family global mission for their unparalleled contribution to society and also for carrying the torch of Sanatana Dharma to the world. May this World Cultural Festival be a catalyst for the renewed harmony, understanding, and for a collective good. I once again thank respected Sadguru and the members of this board for inviting me over here, for joining this family of one world and trying to learn many things as an individual, as a person, not as a minister, would be learning in the process of my coming over here. With this, I would like to conclude. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for resonating with our ideals and for your kind words. Next, we request Sri Adluri Lakshman Kumar to share a few words, please. Sri Lakshman Kumar has previously served as chairman of the Zilla Praja Parishad Karimnagar and is the MLA representing Dharmapuri constituency.
సాయిరామ్. అందరికీ నమస్కారం. ప్రియమైన సద్గురు శ్రీ మధుసూదన సాయి వారి దివ్య పాద పద్మాలకు నా హృదయపూర్వక ప్రణామాలు. మా తెలంగాణ గౌరవ మంత్రివర్యులు పెద్దలు ఐటీ శాఖ ఇండస్ట్రీ మినిస్టర్ శ్రీధర్ బాబు గారు ప్రపంచ సాంస్కృతిక ఉత్సవ సందర్భంగా ప్రపంచ నలుమూలల నుంచి విచ్చేసిన గౌరవనీయులు నాయకులు సేవాభావంతో కూడిన భక్తజనుల మధ్య మాట్లాడే అవకాశం నాకు లభించడం ఎంతో ఆనందంగా ఉంది. సద్గురు శ్రీ మధుసూదన సాయి వారి దివ్య మార్గ దర్శకత్వంలో సేవా విద్యా వైద్యము రంగాల్లో అనేక అద్భుత కార్యక్రమాలు జరుగుతున్నాయి. సద్గురు వారు సృష్టించిన ఈ అద్భుతమైన సదుపాయాలను చూసి ఎంతో ప్రేరేపణ పొందాను. ఇక్కడ ఉన్న సాయి సౌకర్య నిర్మాణంలో ఉన్న 600 పడకల సూపర్ స్పెషాలిటీ ఆసుపత్రి, మెడికల్ కాలేజ్, వేద పాఠశాల మరియు దివ్యమైన ఆలయము, ఇవన్నీ సద్గురు వారి దయామూర్తి సేవా భావానికి ప్రతీకలు. అదేవిధంగా తెలంగాణ రాష్ట్రానికి సద్గురు వారు చేసిన సేవలు అపూర్వమైనవి. శ్రీ సత్యసాయి అన్నపూర్ణ ట్రస్ట్ ఆధ్వర్యం లోపల ఈరోజు తెలంగాణ రాష్ట్రంలో ఉన్నటువంటి సుమారు 16 లక్షల మంది 16 lakhs స్టూడెంట్స్ పిల్లలకు ప్రతిరోజు ఉదయాన్నే పౌష్టికాహారం పొందుతున్నారు. ఇది మన రాష్ట్రంలో విద్య మరియు ఆరోగ్య రంగాల్లో శ్రీ మధుసూదన సాయి గారి యొక్క గొప్ప ఔన్నత్యం. వారి యొక్క సుమారు 16 లక్షల మంది విద్యార్థులకు తెలంగాణ రాష్ట్రంలో ఉన్నటువంటి గవర్నమెంట్ స్కూల్స్లో ముఖ్యంగా ఆ గొప్పగా సేవాభావంతో వారు చేస్తున్నటువంటి సేవను మేము మర్చిపోయింది మా ప్రభుత్వం అని చెప్పేసి మనవి చేసుకుంటూ, ఇంకా సిద్దిపేటలో ప్రశాంత నికేతనం మహిళా కళాశాల మరియు పిల్లలకు హృదయ శాస్త్ర చికిత్స ఆసుపత్రి స్థాపన సద్గురు వారి కరుణామయ దృష్టికి ప్రత్యేక సాక్ష్యాలు. భవిష్యత్తులో మేము వినయపూర్వకంగా ప్రార్థిస్తున్నాం. స్వామివారి ఆశీర్వాదంతో తెలంగాణ రాష్ట్రంలో వివిధ ప్రాంతాల్లో సాయి స్వస్థ కేంద్రాలను స్థాపించబడాలని, తద్వారా గ్రామీణ ప్రజలకు ఆరోగ్యం మరింత మెరుగుపడాలని కోరుకుంటున్నాము. ప్రభుత్వం తరపున నేను హామీ ఇస్తున్నాము. ఈ మహోన్నతమైన కార్యక్రమం పూర్తిగా మా ప్రభుత్వము గౌరవ మంత్రివర్యులు, మా ఐటీ శాఖ మాత్యులు పెద్దలు శ్రీధర్ బాబు గారు, మా గౌరవ ముఖ్యమంత్రి పెద్దలు రేవంత్ రెడ్డి గారు పూర్తి సహకారాన్ని రాష్ట్ర ప్రభుత్వం ద్వారా సద్గురు మధుసూదన సాయి గారికి మా యొక్క పూర్తి మద్దతు వారి యొక్క ట్రస్ట్కి ఉంటుందని చెప్పేసి మనవి చేసుకుంటూ, ఈ స్వామి గారి దర్శించడం ఈ సమగ్ర అభివృద్ధి దిశగా పోషకాహారము, విద్యా, వైద్యము మరియు మానవ విలువతో కూడిన తెలంగాణ వైపు మనం కలిసి నడుద్దామని మనస్ఫూర్తిగా ధన్యవాదాలు తెలియజేస్తూ జై సాయిరామ్.
To briefly translate Sri Lakshmanji's talk, he began by acknowledging the various service initiatives spearheaded by Sadguru here at Karnataka and also in the state of Telangana. On behalf of the government of Telangana, he expressed gratitude for the morning nutrition program that is today serving over 16 lakh children in government schools. He also extended the government's support in expanding services in education and healthcare for future in the state of Telangana. We thank all our guests for being here and gracing this occasion with their presence. We would like to extend a token of our gratitude to them. First to Dr. Duddila Sridhar Babu. And to Sri Adluri Lakshman Kumarji. On behalf of everyone, we request Sadguru to bless us with his message this evening.
सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखमाप्नुयात्. The land of India, the land of spirituality, the land of sages and the ancient wisdom, it prayed to the divine for the welfare of all. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah. Sarve santu niramaya. May all be healthy, may all be happy. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. May all experience goodness everywhere, auspiciousness everywhere. May no one have any sorrow. Such a broad-minded prayer could only emerge from the sacred soil of this ancient land, from the hearts of these ancient people who considered the whole world as one family. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. And that is the spirit of this festival, which is going on for the last 56 days. And over 52 countries as on today have represented themselves and shared their culture, their heritage, their philosophy, their food. They have cooked for us every day. We have eaten different cuisines for the last 50 plus days. And of course, their camaraderie and fraternity with all of us. So today, celebrating the countries of Norway and Sweden, I welcome all our delegates, devotees and participants from these two countries. We have some very esteemed guests with us on the stage today. First and foremost, when the Global Leadership Award was given to Dr. Anand Ranganathan, who very graciously accepted the award, came all the way from his urban existence in Delhi to this hallowed heaven of Sathya Sai Grama, in his own words. I am not mincing words. So we are very grateful for you coming and sharing your thoughts. He told me that he wanted to take some blood sample of mine because he's a scientist, molecular biology and genetics. He said, I would create more clones of you so that more work can be done. But let me assure you, all those who are sitting in front of me are all my clones. And one day they will be standing with you. All these children are the future of the world. And we are preparing them as ambassadors of hope and peace and harmony and progress for not just India, but for the whole world, because the whole world belongs to us. And I'm sure that day is not very far. Already I'm seeing good signs of progress, good successes, when these children are taking responsibilities in various of our campuses, in hospitals, joining us back as administrators, managers, leaders in various capacities, both on boys and girls' side. There is great hope ahead. And therefore, I'm an eternal optimist. So your bitterness and negativity will never touch me. It's beyond my aura. So I'm very, very hopeful that with all of you and your wisdom guiding the young generation, this institution will definitely do its bit in promoting the cause of global harmony and a progressive society, but deeply rooted in ancient Indian spiritual values. A great poet, DVG, from Karnataka says, Hale Beru Hosa Chiguru, Kudiralu Maraso Bhagu. It means old roots and new shoots. That is what makes the tree beautiful. And India is the land of old roots and new shoots. On one side, we have the most ancient scriptures called Vedas and Upanishads and Shastras. And on the other side, we have the most advanced scientific achievements. People like you and more have achieved what not. Indians are spearheading every single innovation globally, heading companies globally which are known for innovation and advancements. So I think that is the beauty of India's culture, that we are old and new at the same time. We are ancient and modern at the same time. We are present at both the ends of the spectrum at the same time. And that is the beauty of Indian culture, Indian mind, Indian thought and leadership. So I'm very, very hopeful that there is a great future ahead of all of us. We'll keep working towards it. I'm also very grateful on this evening. We have a very good friend and a close supporter of this mission in Sridhar Babu Garu. First time he came here, he had so many questions. Couple of, I think more than half an hour, 45 minutes, he kept on asking me, why this, why that, how this, how that, because he was just not able to wrap his head around all that was going on here. And he kept asking, but I answered all of them, and he went back so convinced and happy. He said that this is the model which can change the country. Please help us. And I'm very happy to tell him that after Karnataka, which is the home state from where this mission began, this is the headquarters, Telangana is the only other state in the country which has received all the three things: nutrition, education, and healthcare in it. No other state of the country has received all the three, either two or one of the three. But none of the states have all the three. So in Telangana, we have children who are receiving morning nutrition in the form of Saisho. And I'm very glad that Telangana was the first state, even before Karnataka, to share the cost of this with us. Other states just invited us, but they didn't share the burden. Telangana was the first state which said, we will go 50-50. You do your part, we will do our part, and let us take this mission forward. And that is how this is going on. I'm very happy that in the current government also, they continued the MOU and they continued to support the financial assistance to this mission, because of which we are able to do more. And Telangana model became our model to replicate. We took this model to other states, including Karnataka, saying, Telangana does it with us. Why not you? Why not you? And we went on giving other states also. Not every state came up with the same proportion of sharing the costs, but different proportions, from a quarter of the cost to 30% to 50%, depending on that state's budget and abilities. So I also want to acknowledge and recognize that Telangana did come forward to support the cause of nutrition and shared the cost. This is why this is running successfully. I'm also very happy to tell that Prashantiniketanam School, which grew into a college now, and the girls are here. Are you here, girls of Prashantiniketanam? Lavandi? So we also added the school section because we thought they should add on to the PU and further to the university. This is that. Many of them have joined our medical college. Many of them have continued to study their postgraduate courses, degree courses by coming here to Muddenahalli, and they are doing very well. I'm very happy about it because that was again an effort to uplift the women. Because Lakshman Kumar garu unnaru kabatti cheptunnanu, akkada tribal welfare meer chuskuntaru kabatti. అక్కడ చాలా మంది పిల్లలు అక్కడ ట్రైబల్ గర్ల్స్ ఉన్నారు, చాలా మందికి తల్లిదండ్రులు లేరు, లేకపోతే ఒకలే ఉన్నారు. అదే దిస్ ఈస్ ది ఓన్లీ హాస్టల్ విచ్ డస్ నాట్ క్లోజ్, బికాజ్ పిల్లలు ఇంటికి వెళ్ళరు, వాళ్ళకి ఇంట్లో ఎవరు లేరు చూసుకోవడానికి. సో సమ్మర్ హాలిడేస్, వింటర్ హాలిడేస్, ద హాస్టల్ ఈజ్ ఓపెన్ 365 days a year because they have no home to go to, no parents to go back to. So that is a beautiful service that is going on. And while we were doing this college, there was a need for setting up a pediatric heart hospital. As you know, Sanjeevani is our flagship for pediatric heart care. We set it up in Raipur, we set it up in Haryana, we set it up in Mumbai, we set it up. The three was set up, and then we came to Telangana. And next to our campus, the girls' campus, the hospital came up. It is doing very well. Children from all around Telangana, even Andhra Pradesh, they come there to receive free heart surgeries. And our doctors doing a fantastic job. It has got an OT as well as cath lab, so it does both interventions as well as surgeries. And all have done as usual, totally free of cost. So all the three interventions have happened in Telangana state. Karnataka, of course, it has happened, but other than Karnataka, it is the only state where all the three things have happened. I am very happy. మీ అందరు ఒక సపోర్ట్ వల్లనే ఇదంతా జరిగింది. మీరు సపోర్ట్ లేకపోతే చేయడానికి సంభవం కాదు. I keep telling Sarkara, Samaja, Samstha, the three should work together. And these are the states where Sarkara also came forward, Samaja came forward in terms of lot of IT companies, lot of other people supported us through their CSR. And then Samstha, our people, our volunteers, our Karyakartas, they worked. So this is how this has grown. Remember, I have promised Sridhar Babu that we will have a health center in your village also, and I am yet to fulfill that, but we will do it soon after this 100th birthday functions అయిపోయిన తర్వాత తప్పకుండా అది కూడా స్టార్ట్ చేస్తాం. మీరు చెప్పారు సాయి స్వాస్థ్య స్టార్ట్ చేయాలని. సాయి స్వాస్థ్య is a great model. It's single room clinics connected with telemedicine and AI enabled diagnostic services. వాళ్ళ భాషలో ఇది మాట్లాడుతుంది ఈ కంప్యూటర్. అంటే ఇప్పుడు తెలుగు పేషెంట్ ఉంటే తెలుగు పేషెంట్ తెలుగులోనే మాట్లాడుతుంది అది. దాట్ ఈజ్ అ గేమ్ చేంజర్ బికాజ్ అదర్వైజ్ యూ హ్యావ్ ఇంగ్లీష్ స్పీకింగ్ AI based applications, but the local people who speak the vernacular languages, they cannot connect to that. So doctor is sitting in Bangalore and the patient is in, let's say, in Telangana, they cannot communicate with each other. One speaks English, another speaks Telugu. But this system translates real time Telugu into English, English into Telugu, and makes both of them talk together. And also, based on the symptoms and other things, it diagnoses and produces the prognosis for the patient, which the doctor can quickly see and confirm, and accordingly medicines are dispersed. So this is going to be the future game changer in the field of rural healthcare, primary healthcare, and I'm sure we'll set up many more centers. మీ అందరి సహాయంతో ఇంకా గ్రామంలో ఇలాంటి ఒక సెంటర్ మనం ఒకటి పెడితే ఆ సెంటర్ లోపల ఒకరికి ఉద్యోగం కూడా దొరుకుతుంది. ఇంత పిల్లలకి మనం తీసుకొని అండ్ ట్రైనింగ్ ఇచ్చేసి మన ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్లో సర్టిఫికేట్ ఇచ్చేసి వాళ్ళే ఆ సెంటర్స్ చూసుకుంటారు. డాక్టర్స్ అవసరం లేరు, ఇలాంటి పారామెడికల్ స్టాఫ్ ఉండినా చాలు, బికాస్ ద కంప్యూటర్ డస్ ద రెస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద థింగ్ అండ్ అవర్ డాక్టర్స్ ఫ్రమ్ అవర్ వేరియస్ హాస్పిటల్స్ విల్ బీ కనెక్టెడ్ ఆన్లైన్. సో అలాగా మనం చాలామంది ఇప్పుడు అక్కడి నుంచి కూడా అక్కడ మన పీడియాట్రిక్ హార్ట్ మాత్రం ఉంది, అడల్ట్ హార్ట్ లేదు, వేరే వేరే సదుపాయాలు లేవు, దానికి ఇక్కడ కూడా వస్తున్నారు ఇప్పుడు జనులు తెలంగాణ నుంచి. దే కమ్ ఇన్ బసెస్ and our volunteers bring them, so they undergo surgeries for other specialties in this institute here in Muddenahalli. So it is working out very well with the volunteers, the teachers, the government officials. I have met so many of them, the BOs, the DOs, the people who are teachers and principals of school. I have met them, very enthusiastic, very helpful, that is not their job. They don't have to do this. This is not mandated, but they come early, they help the children, and they are so enthusiastic that they say that this makes us feel that our job is worth it. Coming early, feeding the children, seeing them grow, seeing them smile, seeing them energetic makes our day. And we feel like teaching these children because they are more attentive and energetic. Otherwise, they are very, in a way, weak and not very enthusiastic. So this little intervention on nutrition is changing a big way, the way education is being delivered. It is a force multiplier. It has that ripple effect on education and health, though it's only nutrition. So I hope that this will reach every corner of the country, and using the Telangana model, now it has started in Karnataka. Similarly, in other states of the country also, we will be able to expand with the help of the governments and the local bodies. That is our idea. We also celebrated 2 CSR companies, SciCraft, which is helping us with setting up very innovative science labs, creating curiosity, which is important for children to learn and grow. And that is also supported by the company of Mr. Anand. But thank you for your contribution, because child is, as I said, his curiosity has to be sparked. A child cannot just come in and go back to home without learning much. The joy of learning is when they experiment, they get some hands-on experience. So that is the idea, and our children are enjoying it, and I hope you can set it up in all the campuses and even beyond in other schools, so that children continue to learn with joy. I also would like to tell you that some of the children from our institute, they went all the way to Dallas to represent some of their innovations. And they have come up with some 3 or 4 products which are being prototyped now, like a spectacle or glasses for the blind. It has got sensors which tells them if there is an obstacle in front of them. Similarly, a few more projects about understanding the temperature, localized temperature. Generally, our Google or any other temperature app gives you the temperature of that certain area. It doesn't make it so hyper-localized. But they have come with a hyper-local app which tells you what is going to be the temperature in the next street also. And this came out of the brainwave of a child who went to Delhi. Attention, Dr. Anand, that because of heat waves, people were dying in Delhi and Haryana, that region. So this child, when he went there for something, he read that people are dying of heat waves. He said, why should people come out when there is going to be heat wave? And he realized that because there is no hyper-local temperature assessment tool. It is a general assessment that this is what the temperature is going to be. But some areas were very, very hot compared to others. So he came up with this app, and that is also getting prototyped. So that can add on to the existing apps. So children are doing very well if you arouse their curiosity. And generally, we say curiosity kills the cat, but curiosity helps children thrive. If they go and experiment and learn, so we are also supporting them in developing this as what you call replicable, scalable products and services. So wonderful things happen when you ignite children's minds and help them think better, help them be creative and imagine. So that is what all that happens when you provide them good nutrition, good opportunity, and environment of creativity and innovation, and security, that feeling that you are safe and they are loved and cared for. That is all the children need to thrive. Once they are provided with all these things, they automatically grow. That is the mission, that is how this is growing. I'm very glad that all these happening together. And look at our Indian culture, how far it has gone. In Norway and places like that, they are practicing yoga. Glenn Sersoli, who is also teaching yoga in the morning, right? Every day. And Mrs. Moritzo is also teaching you yoga in the morning to the ladies. Imagine yoga, born in Indian soil, traveled all the way to Norway and Australia, because Glenn is from Australia and she's from Norway, and they have come here to celebrate. They wanted to participate. I said, what is the best thing you can do? He said, we know yoga. I said, then teach. Every day conduct yoga classes for all the devotees and students. And he has practiced Iyengar yoga, not some just yoga. There are a lot of yogas. I heard in US there is a thing called doga. Means how dogs do yoga, they have modified the yoga to suit the dog postures, and they call this doga. Things can go wherever. People have wild imaginations. But yoga in its truest essence, especially B.K. Iyengar, who was the pioneer in Indian yoga, Glenn learnt from him, and Mr. Glenn has taught to so many of his people, including what we heard just now, even in Norway. And amazing, imagine those people who otherwise would think of this as unscientific or not really, pure science. They all are believing in the power of transformation that yoga brings. Today also happened to be mental wellness day, something like that. I said hellness, I think, but it is wellness. But today, really, it is a mental health that we are all living in. Despite all the scientific advancements and all the amazing things, digital connectivity and name it, the quality of life is deteriorating, especially in the youngsters, because they're so over-dependent on these social media and digital tools that they have forgotten how to be social beings, how to be humans. They can't look into eyes and talk. They can't sit in a room with 3 people. They feel uncomfortable. And I have heard, because I travel around the world, I heard children locking themselves in their rooms and not coming out at all, because they're just lost in their imaginary world of social media. And with all these other things that are happening, metaverses and God knows what, where you have an avatar of yours, and now you deal with that and deal with the people whom you have in their digital avatars in your own imaginary world of social media. You don't even interact with real people. And I read a big article about this, how it is impacting children. People are so dependent on ChatGPT because it just tells you what you want to hear. It is not like your mother who will keep cribbing about everything that you do. It's not like your father who keeps pinpointing and finding faults with you. ChatGPT just says what you want to hear. That you are the best person and you really deserve all the love and care, and nobody should scold you, nobody should say anything to you. And you live in that imaginary world that you really are that. Because social or whatever these apps, chatbots and apps are designed to please us. That's how their business grows. Otherwise, why would anybody go back to them? And it has become such an addiction that Nimhans and all have digital de-addiction centers. Now we are putting up one digital de-addiction center here too, because people from cities are asking for it. Children get very angry when their phones are taken away from them. They get so angry that they don't mind even harming themselves or their parents. They become so violent. And that is a huge issue right now across the world. And that's happening because this over-dependency on these things. And that is what is causing a lot of mental illness, because you live in an imaginary world, and when you really have to confront real people in the real life situations, you just don't know how to handle that. You are at a loss, you're confused, you're confounded, then you do not know what to do, and then you want to withdraw, and that leads to all kinds of mental turmoil. So we were children, we grew up with children, playing with children, but now there's no more of that. So all this has to be changed. In an environment of a Gurukulam, only all this is possible. The second thing I always tell is that we are born for a purpose. We have a Swadharma. Everybody is born with a Swadharma. Nobody can say, I am born useless, I have nothing to do in this world. No. God is not that useless to create useless people. He knows what exactly is your purpose, and you have to do your purpose. When we follow our purpose of Swadharma, we are happy, because we are expressing our true selves. Whether you are a musician or a cricketer or a scientist or a politician or a teacher or a guru or a yoga teacher, whatever you are, it is what you are born to do. When you do what you are born to do, you are happy. Then there are no mental illnesses, no issues. Yes, there will be anxieties, some ups and downs in life, we have to deal with it. That is a part of life. But this kind of mental illnesses won't happen. Why? Because you are just happy doing what you are doing. And I always tell, India is a very, in a land like India, especially in urban environments, there's so much of pressure on children. Today also, because of this mental day, whatever, the newspaper is carrying a lot of articles. And I was reading one survey which says the biggest pressure for children today is the pressure of letting their parents' expectations let down. They're letting their parents down when it comes to the expectations that they have from them. And that causes so much of stress in them that they take to wrong ways. But that is not their fault. It is our fault that we didn't understand our children properly. We expected too much from them. Maybe they were not born to do that. That's why in our institution we have taken conscious decision to allow every children to pursue their path. Moving away from the boards, Karnataka and the central boards, and going into an IOS which gives you a variety of subjects to choose from. And you can write exams as per your demand. They give you two opportunities every year to write your exams. You don't have to write all the exams the same year. Suppose for the next year, you can even write exams this year if you want some of the exams to be taken this year. So this makes it so easy. Your boards are only on 8th, 10th and 12th. In between, you have only internal assessment that we do. This has transformed our education system. When we took this step, a lot of people said this is going to backfire because you have a very reputed school, CBSE school and Karnataka board school. People come here for that. And suddenly you are changing over to some unknown thing called NIOS, open schooling. You are going to destroy this whole system. But today, after 5 years, I can proudly say that we have done so well because we allowed children to thrive the way they were born to do. And today people are doing very well. All children are happy. More than anything else, they are happy children. They are happy and satisfied with what they are doing. They are not afraid. They are not anxious. So a musician is a better musician, a medical professional is a better medical professional. A cricket player is a better cricket player in our cricket academy. So also a Vedic scholar is a better Vedic scholar in our Vedic studies. Everybody is doing their heart's will. That is why there is no mental illness. The only fear that they have is sometimes they worry that they will fall out of discipline, and that is not a good thing. But your age is such, some slips here and there will happen. But it's not about falling, it's about rising and coming back to the path. That is important. That is something that you should learn. We all make mistakes. Mistakes are a part of life, but mistakes are mistakes if you don't correct them and don't learn from them. When you learn from them, the mistake becomes a lesson. So there are no mistakes after that. So keep learning, and that is how we are. Indians have been lifelong learners. They were always curious. That's why we had so many discoveries, innovation in those times where the rest of the world did not even think about this. They were still living in caves and on trees. Our sadhus, our rishis, our great ancestors were discovering things, inventing things, innovating. So our culture is like that because he comes from the IT. India is the pioneer. It is the leader in the world in terms of its IT. And so also this knowledge should reach the last and the least. And that is why knowledge should be free, as Rabindranath Tagore said. Where the world is without fear and the head is held high, where knowledge is free. That once you make knowledge free, all this magic starts happening. So I hope, as Anandji said, that all the leaders of the country will take a leaf out of this mission and hopefully make this country a much better place than what it is today. But I do assure you that please do not go back with any bitterness, because you will see that even a bitter fruit eventually turns sweet, when it matures. So we are in the process of that maturity. We are growing and sweetening ourselves. And I truly believe that in Bharat, which is such a Punya Bhumi, Yoga Bhumi, Tyaga Bhumi, and here in Satya Sai Grama, I call it a Siddha Sankalpa Bhumi. Anything you think from a pure heart, it manifests. That is the power of Indian soil. Anybody with the purest feelings, purest intentions, sets out to do some good for others, selfless good, it manifests, it happens. And we are the living proof. In 12 years, if you have done all these things, and it goes on every day, everywhere, very smoothly, the only reason for that is selfless good, which is born out of this soil. And India's soil is, Bhagavan always said, Bhagavan, when I was a student, also used to keep roaring in his discourse and say, Bharat Bhumi is such a Punya Bhumi that anybody who decides to do any good over here, Lakshmi will follow, used to say. Lakshmi will follow. They don't have to go behind Lakshmi. Everything will come. Prosperity will come to them. Power will come to them. Anything and everything that they need to do will come to them if they have selfless intentions. And that is the power of India's land. We are selfless in our approach, in our intentions, in our work. That's why all this is happening. And I look forward to doing much more for the country and the world with the help and support of all of you. And once again, I want to thank our ministers, honorable ministers who have come from Telangana all the way just to express their gratitude. We did not have any particular agenda, but they came all the way just to say thank you to our institution, which is working hard in that state as well. And I'm sure with time we will develop more healthcare centers and connect them all to this main center here so that nobody is deprived or denied healthcare. and everybody has access to such high quality free health care. That will be our work. త్వరగానే ఈ అంత కార్యక్రమాలని ముగించిన తర్వాత మేము తెలంగాణకు వస్తాం. అప్పుడు అక్కడ ఎక్కడ మేము చేయగలుగుతాం అది చూసేసి ఏరియా అంతా సర్వే చేసేసి అది కూడా స్టార్ట్ చేద్దామనేసి నా ఉద్దేశం. So everybody, a lot of blessings. Continue to do what you have got to do. That is your purpose, and as long as you do your purpose, you will be happy. You will be satisfied. You will be fulfilled. You will need no medication, no sleeping pills, no hospitals, no counseling, no therapy, because you are happy. And that is your true nature. Happiness is our true nature. Ananda is our true nature. So that happens when you are serving your purpose. So thanking all of you. Again, once again, thanking our honorable recipient of the Global Leadership Award, Dr. Anandraganathan, and wishing him many more visits to this place to ward off some of his depression and mental issues. It will help you. Darkness cannot be fought with darkness. It has to be fought with light. And that is what we do. We do not worry about how dark it is. We just light a lamp and keep lighting more and more lamp. And whenever it happens, the other day the song said, no, Suraj na ban paye to ban ke deepak jalta chal. Phool mile ya angare, sach ki raahon pe chalta chal. सच की राहों पे चलता चल. प्यार दिलों को देता है, अश्कों को दामन देता है. जीना उसका जीना है जो औरों को जीवन देता है. That is how the life should be, and we should continue to do good. That's all I want from everyone. Once again, thanking all. We'll have a short break. After that, there is going to be a presentation by the countries that are being celebrated today, a musical presentation.
Thank you, Sadguru. We shall have a break for 10 minutes, after which we shall reconvene for this evening cultural program. Sairam and welcome back. This evening we have a musical concert presented by an ensemble of 6 young and talented musicians from both the nations of Norway and Sweden. They will bring to life the rich traditions of Nordic music, melodies called polska and waltzes, which have always been played by and for the common folk. Each artist has brought with them tunes from their own local traditions, beautifully arranged for various instrumental combinations within the ensemble, offering us a glimpse into the vibrant musical heritage of the Nordic region. Performing for us this evening are Ms. Julie Berg on the flute and pipe, Mr. Osmund Arnesen on the Hardanger fiddle, the national instrument of Norway, Mr. Ada Westerland on the drums, Mr. Eric Ramsted on the Nordic cittern, Ms. Pella Wigg on the fiddle and vocals, and Mr. Tobias Andersson on the nickel harpa, that is Sweden's national instrument, which is an ancient instrument from the 16th century. Please join us in welcoming these musicians as they take us on a journey through the timeless music of Sweden and Norway.
thank you so much for having us here. As you had heard before, we are from Sweden and Norway, and we're going to play a few traditional songs from there. And it was a very long journey for us to get here. I think like 14 hours or something. But we are very proud to be here and very happy. It's an honor. So thank you for that.
Thank you. So in the Swedish and Norwegian traditions, there are also a lot of vocal music. And I think we can all feel that the world can be gray and full of sorrows sometimes. And this next song, it tells us that when we feel sad, we should, like the bird, sing. And then our sorrows will become smaller.
Nog världen trötter och nog världen grå. Men liten fågel, hon sjunger väl ändå. Bara en liten visa. Så skall människan göra när sorgen faller på. Glädjen blir större och sorgerna blir små. Små det är ro. Yam sa-di-la-di-da, la-di-da-da, la-di-da-da, la-di-da-da-da. Nog är världen trötter och nog är världen grå. Men liten fågel, hon sjunger väl ändå. Bara en liten visa.
right. Thank you so much. The next two tunes are some tunes that I brought. It's two Norwegian tunes for Hardangerfiddle, the national instrument. So here comes a Springar and a Harling. And this have I arranged and also the band arranged together.
Thank you.
So this next song is a very old song. It's a ballad from the Middle Ages, and it can be found in different variations all over the Nordic countries. This particular one is about a guy named Sven, and he's from a place called Rosengård. And Sven, unfortunately, murders his own brother, so he has to flee the country. And his mother asks him, "Sven, when are you coming back?" And he answers, "When the raven turns white and the swan turns black, I will come back." And then the song goes on, and he continues to list a bunch of these impossible happenings. And the conclusion is, he will never come back to his mother. And in this type of song, there is a call and response type of structure. So in every verse, there are a few phrases that are the same, and everyone sings them together. So I thought I could teach you the phrases, and we could all sing them together. That would be amazing. So let's start with the first phrase. I will sing first, and then you will answer with the same phrase. So the first phrase goes like this. Sven I Rosengård. And now it's your turn to sing. Sven I Rosengård. Nice. We'll do it a few more times. Sven I Rosengård. Sven I Rosengård. Sven I Rosengård. Sven I Rosengård. Wow, you have such amazing voices. The second phrase goes like this. Kära moder vår. Now your turn. Yes. One more time. Kära moder vår. Kära moder vår. Nice. And that second phrase has a little tail to it. And that goes like this. I väntan mig sent eller aldrig. I väntan mig sent eller aldrig. Good, one more time. I väntan mig sent eller aldrig. Amazing. So now we should play the song, and please join us to sing together. Var har du varit så länge, Sven I Rosengård? Jag har varit i stallet, kära moder vår. I väntar mig sent eller aldrig. Vad gjorde du i stallet, Sven I Rosengård? Jag vattnade fålarna, kära moder vår. I
möter mig sent eller aldrig.
Thank you so much for singing with us.
Thank you, everybody, so much. We've had a wonderful time here and in India. You people have been so nice to us and treated us very well. So we will remember India with a fond heart. It's been amazing. Thank you so much. This last song is or a tune or a song is a melody deep from within the Swedish forests. And it's our last. Thank you so much.
Jag kom här aldrig mera. Jag beträr på en fri fot i ödemarken vandra. En sitta i en bur av guld och få sin mat av andra. Jag beträr på en fri fot i ödemarken vandra. En sitta i en bur av guld och få sin mat av andra.
Thank you so much for your music. It was something that will linger on for some time with us. I think there's something very, very lingering, very haunting kind. I think it will stay with us for a long time because though, as I said, the tunes were very, very different from what we generally hear. But we felt the soul, the spirit of your people, your culture, which came out so clearly through these songs and the music that accompanied, and different kinds of rhythms, which are not usual for people here in India. But I think it brought out something deep. It connected with our souls. That's what I felt that it felt like we got connected to something very deeper. It was not just music or entertainment, but it was more than that. And that is the feeling that I gathered after the music was played, especially this last song. It felt like it is echoing somewhere within our souls, and it is a song of a long pining for something greater, something higher. That is how it felt. But your voice is very beautiful. Thank you. And what a wonderful time we are having, isn't it? Every day we are getting to hear such great music coming from so many different countries. They traveled a long distance, I know. Yesterday we were in Chile. We were celebrating Chile, which was right at the bottom near the Antarctica. And today we are celebrating Norway and Sweden right at the Arctic. And so we are journeying up and down, east and west, throughout the world, but enjoying all the music nevertheless. But something was nice about this. It was very soulful. That's all I can say. It was very soulful. And I cannot really explain how it was, but I felt it really touched our souls. And this also talks about the great heritage that each country carries. And music is the best way to carry that heritage forward, that feeling forward. And it's inexplicable in other ways. You can't speak it out. You can only sing it or you can only play it. That is the soul of every country, which expresses itself through its music. So we are very happy to have all the musicians from Norway and Sweden over here. We really felt that we just visited Norway and Sweden and returned. So thank you for that wonderful music. Please come back again another time.
We will conclude with the national anthems of Norway and Sweden, followed by the national anthem of India.